Yeah, I see how it is. This guy's rushing again. We come back, got nice food I could be eating, and he's really cutting.
I just cut the seal.
Cut the seal. He's like, I'm just gonna take a look.
This is
That's what you guys want to see. Here, I'll bring my desk back up. You can use my desk.
This is nostalgia. Okay.
Yeah, you got. By the way, you guys get some Quiznos.
I mean, when is this controller from? I think you missed the
2001.
Yeah, but when did you get this?
A year ago.
I think you missed the window. For
No.
All right.
No, I didn't.
All right. The hype.
They re-announced it at CES.
This one?
Yeah, in green.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get that one. That's why you sold me this one. Oh yeah, I gotta cut the sets.
I mean, you don't have your. This guy owns a Tuck XL and doesn't carry it.
I don't. I used to.
You want a Tuck Junior? I don't think you carry that either. No. I think you own a Tuck and you don't carry that either.
I mean, I have a lot of stuff. I don't often need a box cutter.
So why don't you just put one on your keys?
I'm afraid I wouldn't do the thing, and then I'd be cutting the shit on my hands, and I'd be like, yeah.
My mom even has a pink one on her keys now.
Oh, hell yeah.
There you go. Oh, so I was wrong. 2002. Oh, because I was thinking original. Not because Xbox came out 2001. This is the S. Came out a year later. By the way, guys, this controller is what allowed them to release the original Xbox in Japan.
Japan. Got the rings.
Yeah,
those.
So the
back
things.
on for later.
Oh, those are some good stick. Look at those stick toppers right now. Those look classic, don't they? Like the shape of that top of that stick there. Wow, that looks just like a
Oh my god, this thing is. She's chubby. I'm gonna say that. She's chubby. Well, I like that they put the buttons up top.
Yeah. Those look really well implemented, I think.
That they definitely.
If running even in the day, I had a third-party wireless controller that had the buttons up there.
Damn.
Way back in the day. They were here though, not here on my third-party one.
All effect sticks. Yeah, the only thing I think they said was they don't have anti-friction rings on there, so you're gonna get like that weird debris that gets caught up on there.
Yeah,
you know?
they don't have the metal rings around there, or the hard plastic acrylic rings. Or
that feels pretty good, man.
I in my opinion, like people were bitching about that, right? Like, oh, it doesn't have that.
It does not feel right to kind of like go up here.
Here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. My thing on this, like even the fact that this is Hall Effect being a retro inspired controller.
Yeah.
That's a big.
They don't have Hall Effect on the other two models that you have? Just this guy. Or gal. Because it's the Duchess, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it's because the newer version. Hall Effect wasn't, like, all these people were like, oh, it's not Hall Effect. Hall Effect really only became a thing within the past, like, year to 2 years. You know what I mean? And this is, like, a retro-inspired controller. Did the original controller have Hall Effect? It's not like, I feel like almost nobody's going to use this as their main controller. So, no, I don't. Bro, if this wasn't Hall Effect.
This is going to be my Elden Ring. I got to finish Elden Ring. This is my Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Monstrosity now. Yeah.
Well.
Hell yeah.
I think the DuchesS thing has something to do with the original like prototype name of the S.
Yeah.
Because these were just called the Xbox S controller originally.
DuchesS and the S.
Yeah.
Capitalized, yeah, bigger.
Well, you want to know why? I'm dumb. What was the biggest one called?
The Duke.
And what's the opposite of the Duke?
Duchess.
Yes, and then it was called the S model. So then they called it. There you go.
What was the 360 model called?
I don't remember. Oh, the Xenon.
The Xenon.
Xenon.
Okay. That's Hyperkin is the brand. Of
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, dude, if they could make the three.
The only thing that wasn't cool. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah. But the one thing that I want them to do now that this is Hall Effect, I want them to make the Xenon, and now that Xbox lets them make wireless Xbox certified, I want a wireless Xenon with the triggers and the sticks from this.
Ones? I don't think these are Hall Effect triggers.
No, they're
just
but they're like the impulse
ones.
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. The reactive.
I'm pretty sure you don't get quite as much out of a trigger though, because it only goes one way like this.
Right. I'm not worried about what. Realistically, I don't. You know what the Hall Effect really helps with is the customizable dead zones, and the ramping of the stick, and then the other thing it helps with is the reliability.
I don't think they're more precise, and they can still get drift from what I saw.
Yeah, well, supposedly everybody says the reason why you want them is so they don't get drift. Yeah. The other thing is, they're more precise. Likely, yeah. I don't know. Some of those potentiometer sticks are really dang precise. Yeah. It's actually been shown that a lot of the really cheap Hall Effect ones have square boxes for their. When you do a circle, they don't do a circle. They do a.
I'll take
it. They do a square. You know what I mean?
I'll get a little shot here.
I couldn't rock this every day. Can you tell though this was very much designed to do it this way?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it feels unnatural with the That button's up top.
Yeah, you definitely got to hold it this way, like 2 fingers in the back.
I'll show you what's what when I beat
I mean,
Elden Ring.
if you're playing Elden Ring, you use the bumpers enough in Elden Ring. Wouldn't you want this type of grip anyway in Elden Ring?
Yeah,
Don't you bumper and then go into... Because
a lot of
Japanese games...
I rebound the buttons.
Okay.
My attack buttons are, you can see
the
X and Y.
The attack buttons by default in the game are bumpers and triggers, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, your light attack is
and that
R1.
that is how Japan likes it for some reason, because they play their games like...
They're maniacs.
Like that.
They're maniacs, okay? I use face buttons because I'm a Devil May Cry type guy. So, and also Ninja Gaiden.
This is really comfy though. If you want to use if you have a game that uses the bumpers,
it's L. This guy right here is dodge, right? In Ninja Gaiden, right?
That's a nice throw on that stick, dude.
Yeah.
Because the modern, have you ever noticed like you got the new Lenovo one? Have you noticed that like the throw, like the left right throw on the stick, like they made them taller but they're skinnier. Like you don't have as much like this way throw. You know, like
I don't know.
I don't know how to explain that. I noticed that from going from the Xbox 360 controller to the Xbox One controller. That the sticks went taller, but they didn't have as much left-right movement.
Yeah.
And I prefer the lower sticks of the 360 controller.
I didn't notice that. No.
These sticks are really tall. Like this.
I gotta put some grips on there. Maybe those ones that I got off of you.
Dude, these feel exactly like they're OG though. Like
Yeah, they did a pretty damn good job of recreating it, from what I watched a few videos online.
Yeah. Oh, I miss the black and white buttons, dude.
Yeah? You like the 6-button layout? I don't like the 6-button layout. I'm sorry.
No, but
I'm so used to
okay, so Halo
buttons.
1, that would have been flashlight and that was grenade.
Grenade, yeah.
So that was
changes
super
your
handy.
grenade type and then it turns
It
your
was
flashlight
super handy.
on and off. Yeah.
I don't think they should have got rid of it. I should think they should have added...
For like Halo, it'd probably be okay, but like...
Because they designed it for the Xbox controller, not for the general...
Yeah, I'm just saying nowadays, you try using a controller without shoulder buttons.
No. I'm saying, what if they kept the shoulder buttons and that was a separate input from these buttons?
You're madman.
Because I'm not saying, like, yes, I think if you're like white and black buttons either appear for like a fighting game, like on the Duke, that's why they had them here.
Yep.
Or down here for like a Halo for a shooter.
So they did add shoulder buttons to the Duke then as well, little nubs.
Oh, those
right
are
up
horrible.
on the side.
Yeah, this. That's what I was telling you. This I could tell even from the picture. This implementation, brilliant. The implementation on the Duke.
Yeah, I mean, had they done that in the original, I probably would have been like, damn, it's a good controller.
Like I said, I did have a wireless one from this generation.
Yeah.
That had them up top here, and those were still kind of awkward because down here you can kind of roll up and hit them. When they were way up here, you literally had to either do 2-finger or go up there and hit it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trip over the chair.
So, then you have different camera things you can hit on there if you don't need to keep backing up. Then
No, I'm just kind of moving around. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, no, this feels really, really good.
Yeah.
And these sticks especially feel. See, once again though, like these being here.
Yeah, why don't they just move them to the middle? Like right
there. Because this one, look, this is how they were originally. That's what I'm saying. It's like I prefer 100%. This being over here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Not me, man.
I think it's way more sleek because you can just drop your finger down.
I'm so used to just like moving my right thumb to hit pause. How do you like that button in the middle, that Xbox button? That's like your game button, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Well, so your big Xbox button like on your modern controller too.
Yeah, I don't use that. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I mean, like the only thing you would use it for is if you had Steam enabled. You could use that to launch Steam Big Picture.
I think.
Or the game bar.
It's the game bar is what would pop up, and it's like, oh, you want to take a screenshot? No, I just want play.
I don't know about this D-pad.
Yeah, that was the one complaint I heard, was that it was kind of a.
But I mean,
butts D-pad.
the D-pad on the original was.
It's identical.
Butts too.
It's identical.
So.
It's glossy like that too, and then yes, it also was butts. So.
These sticks though, I now remember why these felt so much better than the Duke for Halo back in the day.
Well, they're also a little smoother due to the fact that they're like the Hall effect sticks.
But just the throw, like the height. I don't know if you feel this. Like the height on them is like much higher than You know, like how nowadays like people have to add little things to make them taller or whatever.
Yeah.
These are already tall.
Tall enough.
Back then. So
they were onto something. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I still prefer the. You've seen MC fat sticks. I like wide and flat, dude. The bigger and fatter and flatter you get them, the more I like them.
That was actually a pretty nice controller. I didn't mind that one.
That was a Power-A.
Power.
Yeah. Back in the day.
Those guys were around that long.
Yeah. That was like an $80 controller back in the day, I think.
Mr. Fat Sticks?
Yeah.
MC Fat Sticks?
Yeah, I bought it as an open box at Best Buy. Way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Okay.
Before I worked there, because that would have been like,
Yeah.
I ended up buying that one because they wouldn't let me use my Razer controller because it had the triggers on the bottom in tournaments. But they would let me use the Power A, which uses completely non-standard sticks. So,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And like, what if I just don't use the triggers? Like, I can physically unscrew them. They're like, no. The fact that you could press the buttons that were below them, and I'm like,
yeah, but I unscrewed them. They're gone.
Yeah, the button was still in the.
Yeah, I suppose.
Like, so if you like really wedged your finger way up in there, you could.
I've seen some reviews for, I don't know, if it was like a King Kong 3 with
Yeah.
the head pedals.
Yeah.
You can still actuate the buttons by just pushing the little spot. And I was like, okay.
But this thing feels like
pretty solid.
brick shithouse.
Just knocks on it.
And you can tell it's not official though, because look, it's got Phillips,
Yeah.
Mr. Philippe, and not
Yeah.
I feel like they could have done the sticker a little bit more justice, like that. That looks like cheesy aftermarket controller sticker. I want like add a UPC on there, and it would just look.
Yeah. I mean, it is basically an homage to an original.
But this in the
Xbox
hand
controller.
feels like playing Halo 1, dude. Got to crack some Halo 1
So
open.
now you're gonna buy a green one, aren't you?
Well, I already kind of had plans to buy a green one, but they didn't announce when it was gonna be out. And then you're like, "Oh yeah, I saw it. That was pretty cool." And I'm like, "Oh, I literally have never opened my."
I was
black
hesitant
one.
until you said they added shoulder buttons. Then I'm like, I'm effing sold, man. I'll buy it off you.
I think I still prefer the 360 controller.
Yeah, I kind of would agree, but you know,
The distance that
throwback.
these buttons are apart, I also prefer the Duke for, because the Duke has them like
yeah, they're
closer
shifted.
together. Yeah, and they're angled.
Yeah, they're
I know a
angled
lot of
and
people are like,
then-
"Well, that's weird."
I think
but
they're
it was
taller
actually like
too, aren't they?
yeah, they're different heights too. You can
And they're,
actually
like, different
differentiate
shape.
what button.
They're oval shaped instead of
Yes.
round. Yeah.
But you can actually differentiate what button you're hitting just based on height alone,
Yeah.
which is way harder to manufacture. That's why they did this.
I like the Finesse layout on this one. Like that. That's
yeah,
what I'm used to.
they definitely move these close together on the 360. I can tell.
Yeah.
And these are somewhat recessed, so I can hit it.
You don't.
with,
Yeah, you don't.
You can hit it in there, but you
accidentally
gotta
hit
got
it. You have to intentionally.
I miss
try to-
these. I miss these. I think modern controllers should move some buttons back.
To a six button layout.
Well, 6 button would be up here.
I mean,
Like
it's kind
the
of six
Duke.
button.
There's the Turtle Beach one. They have a 6 button controller now because apparently fighting games are coming. Controllers for fighting games are coming back.
I'm sorry, you're Turtle Beach. You're making me yak a little bit.
Yep.
But you know that's okay. They just bought out Rocket and then shuttered him.
I
all
okay. The
good.
only thing I kind of wish that was recessed.
Yeah.
So you had some retention, and they could have taken this and gone all the way to that edge. I feel like, and had the cable recess itself.
It wouldn't have been, you know, like a 100% exact clone though.
Right.
Even though they added, you know, buttons and
Yeah.
Hall effect sticks and.
Or recess it
The rest.
in this way, but
Oh, I get you.
I mean,
I
like-
get you.
that thing is.
I plan on using probably like a Logitech cable with it, anyways. The light as hell, the thin little guys.
Oh yeah.
Type
yeah.
C.
As long
Yeah.
as those carry data.
They should. So, and if it doesn't, I only have like 20 other USB-C cables
Yeah.
from all the nonsense I bought.
These bumpers though are implemented very very
yeah.
well. Like especially if you want to go with this sort of grip.
Yeah.
And these handles here are small enough where you only need 2 fingies.
Yeah.
Like here, like I don't need 3. I can go with 2 and still be
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
I'll have to.
Like-
Like I said, I'll have to give it a go. See how she plays out in the Elden Ring.
Yeah, I forgot what game I was playing too. Oh yeah, it was God of War. God of War was the other one. All the attacks and stuff like that are on the bumpers too. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's a Sony game. They do that.
Yeah, I noticed that on one of the Zelda clones that I bought
Yep.
for Switch. I was like, why the F
Well, it's
are the
because-
attack buttons? It's like with Z1 and
Well, it's so you can keep your
ZR.
finger, it's so you can keep your hands on the sticks while you're
Yeah.
attacking is why. And because remember on those sticks they don't have the offset sticks. They have them both here, so it's a much bigger
Yeah.
reach to hit them.
What a controller though.
I mean, I think that feels probably
Chungus.
like, you know how I was telling you that the Xenon felt like a really good representation of the 360.
Chungus.
That's gotta be like, I don't know if that's closer, but it's way closer than the Duke was. You know what I mean?
Also, I gotta play Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance as
Oh
well.
yeah.
I just started playing that, so
Yeah, that's a good game.
yeah, I
That's a
picked
good
it up.
game.
I was like, you know what? I'll spend $20 more and buy it since it's on
That's a
sale.
good game.
So, and then like, yeah, I got the lock, and you gotta wiggle your stick basically to chop everybody to
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's a fun game. That's a fun game.
Yeah.
I've replayed it like 3 times, I think.
I mean, I've heard.
'Cause I played it on the
pretty
original
short.
console, like way back in the day.
I heard it's pretty short.
Yeah, but
So,
but that's like people. Okay, we say short. You used to rent video games from your like DVD, VHS rental video store, and yeah, you'd be like, I want to play this game over a weekend. So the fact that you could actually like do that in one rental
sitting.
or 2 rentals was kind of cool, because you could actually like just play the game.
well, I mean,
Now people are like, oh, that's too short. I could stream the whole thing in one streaming thing. I also think you people shouldn't be streaming for 8 hours a day. What the fuck are you doing?
you can beat Elden Ring in sub 3 hours.
Yeah, and you can beat
If you're,
Pokemon, like, was it
turbo
yellow
nerd.
or is it blue or red? If all you do is you save before leaving the house, you just win the game.
Yeah, I mean, then you got guys like me who I think I have 85 hours in, and I'm not even 50% into the game. So,
Me having 100 hours in the game is a fair amount nowadays. So if I have like over
Call of Duty.
100, yeah, but that's across multiple games. Like I probably don't have 100 hours in the current one.
Get on that, man. Get on that.
The season 2 kind of launched pretty broken. So
Yeah.
and apparently cheating in it on PC has become like even more blatant and flagrant.
I can see that.
So
That's why I was like, thanks for buying me Call of Duty, but I'm gonna refund
well,
it.
hopefully
Get you
some of
money
the
back.
some of the fixes that they're doing for some of this actually go into effect. But the ban thing is back apparently. Where in season 2 there's an exploit now where they can just like hackers can just ban people from the game again.
Good.
Good. Yeah, I've definitely gotten kicked from lobbies that I've reported people in that I thought were real sus, and then it's like, you've been disconnected, and I'm like,
You mother effers.
yeah, bro, I can't even hit halfway through the lobby anymore, like in the rank of the thing. What do we got in here?
A cable,
Oh, that's a nice cable.
and then
It's stiff but braided. You feel it? It's like somehow braided, but yet like durable. That is a nice
drop.
durable.
And then you go sticker,
That's
and then you got a card.
that's like a weapon of a cable.
Don't
You
worry about
could
it.
kill a man with that.
If somebody comes in the house and they're in the middle of the night, a little amped up, and then
I wonder if this
yeah.
is like. Did they say if this is like a? It feels like a reinforced cable. Like it's.
I don't think they said it was reinforced. I mean, I know it's 10 feet.
It feels reinforced. 10. Hey, good job, Hyperkin. 10 foot. Because 6 foot's not enough.
Branded. Hyperkin.
Yeah, you gotta admit that feels like reinforced in some
Feels
way
like
in
a nice
there.
cable.
I'm sure it'll be coily for a little bit. You gotta get it. Like when you wrap it up, do some bigger coils. You know, like some
Like this.
some big loopy loops.
This guy. Wrap around. But no.
That cable is way nicer. The Xenon's just like some rubber cable. That's a.
Yeah.
They don't even mention that in here. When you open that up though, dude, and they had like the 2002 to 2024 there like that, I'm like, oh, nostalgia right there, because that font is actually the same as the original Xbox font. I'm just like, not the X game. I could care about less about that, but like.
Game.
Also, the fact that they got the official Xbox stuff, and like this is the Xbox green in here. Like this is about it. People are like, oh, well, we want Microsoft to like officially reissue the 360. They came out and they said, no, we think Hyperkin's got it. Like that's why we gave them the rights for it. And then people are like, oh, why didn't you make it wireless? And they're like, at the time when they were developing it, Microsoft wasn't giving out wireless Xbox controller licenses. They do now, though, but the 2 that are available, they're both $200, and I don't think anybody's buying a $200 Xenon.
No. No.
People were bitching when it was like $40, I think, or whatever. Like,
Well, you showed me it, and then as soon as I saw that it was corded, I was like, dude. Hyperkin.
Yep. So if they could update it with these Hall effect sticks, the triggers, and then make it wireless, I'd probably give them like $100 for it.
Yeah.
Because I really like the 360 controller. Like 360 controller for me, number one. Still to this day.
I agree. Maybe besides for the Dreamcast controller, not the Dreamcast controller, the GameCube controller.
My issue with GameCube nowadays is that it only has one bumper, the Z. It doesn't have two bumpers.
Well, I mean, like the other one that they did for
Switch
yeah,
from Power, the Power one. Yeah, that one's pretty good. But yeah, because I actually think that one feels slightly smaller because I think they didn't get the license to like technically make that.
Exact.
Yeah, because back then Nintendo still made them for Smash, like the wired ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm feeling like you could probably take the guts out of the Power one and put them in the other one with a little bit of,
I bet you I know somebody who might be into that.
Yeah. Yeah. So my issue there though is that if you go with the original GameCube, is you don't have L and R3, which is click the stick in.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have dual buttons.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I could get a GameCube controller that had click stick in and dual bumpers, which like I have the Pikachu one and I have a purple one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gave somebody my second purple one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's real nice.
It's pretty nice, man.
Dude, the sticks on there, seriously, the sticks on there to me feel like so good. So good.
I just have to carry the cable separately now that I took it out of its
yeah, because it was wedged in there. Like it was.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, like I said, like especially with this 2022, like Legend is Born 2024.
Mm-hmm.
That was that's classic Xbox branding from back in the day.
Yeah.
Pop that open, right?
Boom.
And like I said, that plastic feels very similar to the.
Yeah.
Now this wasn't a button back in the day.
Nope,
it was just like a little plastic thingy, and they did cut down costs of these because they were considering making that the screen like on the Duke.
Yeah.
But the Dukes cost way more than this, so they're like $100, and I feel like they didn't sell as many as they were hoping.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that they kind of shaved some.
Well, there's a reason why they came out with the Controller S versus the Duke. I'm just saying. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect them to sell quite as well.
The Japanese.
Oh yeah.
No other reason, David. No other reason.
I don't think a whole lot of people in the States liked it either. There's a lot of people I've read on the forums who are like, yeah, good, they came with Controller S because the Duke is a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the day when you had these, though, you could actually chop off the connector on the end.
Yeah.
Or like they had the replaceable bit that disconnected, right?
Yeah.
You could chop that off and just solder on a USB because it just had one extra wire. And you could plug it right in your PC.
Yeah.
And since even back then it was connected to Xbox or the Microsoft Windows Update, you could plug it in just like you could plug in the HD DVD drive from your 360 in your PC.
Yeah.
You could just plug in one of these and it would be like boop boop. Now we finally got an official version of that. Like, dude, this update, I'm glad they could do it because like I remember when I switched to that from the Duke for playing Halo, like original Halo, and I'm like, why did the Duke exist? That was my first thought.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's because Microsoft was like, hey, we printed 10,000 PCBs, wrap a controller around it. Get good.
The PCB was huge.
Yeah, it was a single layer, everything on one platform, like there were no varying heights.
Ugh.
Yep. And they're like, figure it out, and you got what you got.
The poor engineer.
Yep.
Just crying himself to sleep.
And everybody's like, oh, I blame you for making a shit controller. He's like, I did the best I could. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm probably you can probably see another one of these in the coming months when I snag the transparent green one to match my Duke. Yeah. A lot of people are, because they're like, oh, which other color do you want us to come? A lot of people are pushing for the purple Cortana edition, which was not an official one back in the day from Microsoft, but like when I saw that purple Duke, I almost bought another one. Now, if they updated the Duke to have USB-C, because it still has micro B.
Wireless too.
Yeah, maybe I would pick up a purple one or something. Yeah. But this thing, I gotta say, if you're like going back, you want to play Ninja Gaiden 1? Oh, you pick yourself up one of those.
I remember playing Ninja Gaiden 1 with that one guy.
Yep. Get yourself one of these. The what are they, DuchesS? Hey, we worked through how they got to the name DuchesS. We're like, oh, why'd they name it like that? And we're like, I'm like, oh, hey, it makes sense.
The Duke and
Yep, and then because the S.
Yeah.
DuchesS.
Yeah.
So, any improvements that you guys would go with, let us know down below in the comments. But in real life, that I don't have an original one. I'm sure some of the reviewers out there had one next to it, and we're doing stuff. I could do that with the 360 controller,
I have,
but I can't do it with this one.
Actually, in the basement somewhere. So.
And how much spooge do they have on them, and or crumbs, and or
I don't know.
Cheeto fingers?
I just saw like my Xbox that had a bad hard drive.
Oof. Yeah.
The hard drive failed on it, and then 2 of my controllers, and one's probably pristine, and the other was just like
Just
the
destroyed.
bitch controller,
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
that everybody else got.
The Mad Cats.
Yeah, well, no, they were both.
They were
official
both.
Xbox.
This guy had 2 official Xbox controllers. What do you made of money? What do you made of money?
Oh, back in the day, yeah. Not anymore.
All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.